Okay. I just saw this event just now, and I have to address this tonight. I'll go into this further and an update in the podcast, etc., later on this week. But this absolutely has to be addressed now. That was an absolute amazing fight. Now, last year's fight was Fight of the Year. One of the things I'm going to get into later in discussion is the fact that this is kind of a snowflake generation. So you've seen a huge fall off of interest in boxing matches. And when you look at sports in general, the interest comes more from the angle of analytics, salary cap, and acquisitions than from the actual technique and science behind the prospective sport. And if you really analyze it, you'll see that consistency over the last few years. But that's another discussion to be had a little later. This second fight between Triple G and Canelo actually could have been scored a draw, like the first one. But part of the corruption in boxing politics is the fact that they don't believe in giving double draws. As I mentioned years ago in a podcast, the two fights between Bernard Hopkins and John Pascal were both draws. The first one was called a draw, and the second one was called a unanimous decision for Bernard Hopkins. Boxing is like that. There's too much betting, and there's too much promotional corruption going on to allow two draws in a row. Now, with that said, I'm so proud of Canelo, and I'm so proud of what the crow that all the idiots are going to have to eat tomorrow. And I can't wait to hear everybody get on sports radio and everybody get on the blogs and get online and talk about how they saw this coming or how about Triple G got old overnight. All these excuses. Everyone talked about, I read comment after comment on YouTube about how scared Canelo was when he jumped at Triple G at the weigh-ins and how frail he looks, he's going to get knocked out. And how the first fight, this is going to finish off, Triple G is going to finish off what he should have in the first. All this nonsense. And you saw Canelo eat harder shots this fight than he did in the first one. And you saw Canelo walk in the ring, which I didn't advise, and did not take a single back step for 11 rounds. Besides Triple G, name one other fighter that you've seen do that, period. Not just against Triple G, against anyone. When is the last time you've seen any boxer step in the ring and for 12 rounds, for 11 rounds, not take a single back step, but for 12 rounds, walk forward? Not even a single back step, not one. Nothing but lateral steps and forward steps, literally. Go back and watch the film. But this is a guy who you all called scared. And you all said was going to get whitewashed if he decided to stay in front of Triple G, including Abel Sanchez. But now you all eat crow tomorrow when everything that you said flies back in your stupid faces. Now, I didn't like how sloppy Canelo looked. His punches were not looking effective. He was missing a lot. Triple G was actually being the one made to look slick, slipping under punches and sliding under heavy power shots that Canelo was telegraphing. But Canelo walked him down. He did work good combinations at times. He threw some beautiful hooks to the body and head. He was late on a lot of stuff. He looked slower than the first fight. I honestly think all in all, he did enough to win. But to be honest, Canelo could have fought a lot better than that. So a third fight that everybody's pining for, don't be so eager. Canelo could have fought a lot better than he did tonight. A lot better. He was so tense and he was so caught up in trying to take it to Triple G, which he did. He visibly did much more damage than the first fight. But he was so focused on that. He was stiff, he was late, he was slow. If they fought again, those adjustments would be made. And I think he could knock Triple G out. If he was calmer, he could have got the knockout he wanted. People think you got to be angry to get a knockout. All you have to do is be focused. It's like Bruce Lee said, right? The master warrior is the common man with laser-like focus. And it's true. You need to be calm and collected. Being surly and angry does not generate knockouts. But we're going to see. We're going to see. I don't recommend fighting the Charlos next, but it looks like that could be the case. Or a third fight with Triple G. I'm down for that. Because I think there's a lot of improvements Canelo could have made. In a third fight, he could knock Triple G out. And damage accumulates, like I was telling people tonight. This damage adds up. So don't be shocked if you see Triple G in his next fight not take a punch as well. He won't. He's going to be older. He's taking a lot of shots. It's going to be a different ballgame. Very, very, very eager to see this next fight. It's funny how when I'm doing a driving podcast, I hit every green light. But wow, what an amazing event. I just can't wait to hear the analysts tomorrow. And I love him dearly, but Teddy Atlas is another one of those dudes that was buying into the nonsense. Nobody was giving Canelo a chance, and nobody was giving him credit for the first fight. Nobody. And everyone guaranteed a knockout in this fight for Triple G. Now you're going to hear the world's largest backpedal as millions and millions and millions of people, like Bernard Hopkins predicted, all go back on their statements. But it's sweet. How sweet it is. How sweet it is.
Now for a break.
And that's what you do in championship fights. Absolutely amazing.